I went to my brother's the other day. I was invited to a barbecue, the last one of the year. Let me tell you, when he's cooking food, you don't say no. He's a great chef, and his meat tastes fantastic every time. And the sauce? Nectar from the heavens. Anyway, so I went over there, and his wife, Nama, already had the beer chilled to perfection. Very nice woman. Her name is maybe a bit unusual to you, but her parents came here from Israel. My brother and his wife met almost 20 years ago now. My brother, whose name is Hypnos for some reason, asked if I wanted to stay over for the night since I live a few hours away and their house is pretty much a mansion. I said sure, I'd love to stay. They have a spare bedroom, so why not, you know? They have 2 kids as well, Persephone and Leviathan. They are 3 and 5 years old respectively. I never thought about this before, but my whole family has unusual names. My parents, my brother, his wife and his kids. My name's Kalvin. I'll have to look up what our names mean someday, but I digress. On with the story. So, as I sat in the lawn chair by the table, and as my brother put the meat on the barbecue, little Persephone came by and stood next to me. She stared at me for a while. She leaned in closer, and with a cute little voice she asked if she could borrow my phone to watch some kids show on the internet. I'm not a complete ass, so of course I lent her my phone. She walked away from me to the other side of the garden. My brother and his family do have a very nice garden. Not huge, but still roomy. They have a kiddie pool and a larger pool, and both the kids have already learned to swim. That's impressive. I said to my brother that his house is really neat looking, and Nama really takes care of all their plants. I don't get it, but somehow everything grows exceptionally well there, even compared to the neighbors' plants and trees. And several of them are gardeners and landscape architects. He thanked me as he chuckled a bit. We made a toast to family and downed a beer each while staring like crazy idiots into each other's eyes, like only brothers can. As we had finished our beers, I heard some knocking, kinda like a small rock on hard glass surface. I didn't think much about it though, as I was distracted by the food, which smelled great. We talked a bit more about work and family and other things while Nama set the table. It looked like they expected royal guests for dinner. Everything she does seemed to turn out fantastic, and it's not just me saying that. My brother and her parents have also praised her interior design and pretty much everything else she does. She really made their house a home, and you always feel welcome there. I thought I heard some water splash, but Leviathan had sneaked up on me and screamed in my left ear, nearly giving me a heart attack, so I'm not sure. The ringing in my ear easily overpowered what I thought was a splash anyway, so... Then Leviathan started running around the dinner table while laughing like a maniac. My brother put the meat on the table, right next to the potatoes and veggies Nama already put there. Nama told the kids the dinner was ready. Just as my brother pulled out his chair to sit down, Leviathan sucker punched him in the nuts. My brother folded like a lawn chair as I laughed my ass off, like siblings do. Leviathan screamed victory, and before he sat down, he whispered in my ear,
"I'm gonna kill you in your sleep tonight."
It might sound like the family has a lot of issues, but the kids are doing great in school and kindergarten. Nama works as a very successful diplomat, and my brother is the owner and principal of a school for troubled kids. They have nothing but love for everyone. As Persephone came to the table, she held her arms behind her back. I asked what she had there, and she smiled as she gave me my phone back. The screen was shattered, and I could see the phone was half filled with water. Good thing I'd planned to get a new phone anyway. My brother told her she'd get no candy for 2 weeks. She doesn't understand how money works yet, so candy is her currency. For a kid, 2 weeks without candy is a long time. You have to think about perspective, you know? Time's different for a youngling compared to an adult. We started eating, and again, my brother's a great chef. I asked him how we get the meat to be so tender and juicy. He told me that he usually beats the meat before he marinates it in the sauce he makes. You know what? I'm probably boring you. Let's get to the weird part of the evening. So after dinner, we cleaned up, yada yada yada, and later we went to bed. I heard this scratching sound at my door, so I went to check it out. It was dark both in my room and the hallway connecting with the rest of the house. I opened the door wide and stepped out of my room, but I couldn't really see anything. I thought I heard pad or small feet though, but I did drink a few beers that night, so I figured it was just me hearing things. I went back into my room and lied down on the bed again. I heard the giggle of a small boy. I jumped out of the bed and turned the window light on. "Levi, is that you?" I asked. I saw him standing by the door with large kitchen knives in his hands, with his back turned towards me. He turned his head so I could see the side of his face. The grin was like something from a demon, and his eyes glowed bright orange with a sinister intent. I didn't know what to do, because I was very confused. He turned his head to face the door again, fell backward, still holding the knives. He stood up on all fours, so he looked like an upside-down crab, with its legs in the wrong direction. Think about the movie The Exorcist and you know what I mean. His head was upside down too, since his back was facing the floor. Then he turned his frickin' head so it was upright, and I heard the cracking of bones in his neck. He started running towards me, still on all fours, so I punted the kid. He probably flew 10 feet. I quickly grabbed my clothes and bolted out of there, and all the way to my car I could hear Leviathan laughing as he ran after me. I'm guessing still on all fours, since I also heard the clattering of metal against the marble floor. Let's just say I put the metal to the floor as I sped away from there. I will not be staying the night at my brother's house for some time. Thank you for listening to my story. By the way, might as well look up Leviathan's name. Oh, that explains so much. So this was a different one. I have about 2 minutes of laughter I had to cut out from the recording. Yeah.
I would never do that to you, Thomas.
Oh, that's nice, Jasper. Thank you.
Never ever.
Okay, good night.
Sleep tight.
Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.